Have you noticed your vision getting worse lately, but only in the center? Not around the edges, not blurry like a smudge on your glasses, but right there in the middle. The part of your sight you rely on to read your grandson's text, to recognize your neighbor's face, to see the expression in your wife's eyes. If this sounds familiar, you may be experiencing something far more serious than just aging. It could be macular degeneration, a silent thief that robs millions of their sight each year. And the most heartbreaking part? By the time you notice it, it's already well on its way. My name is Dr. Thomas Whitaker. I spent over 4 decades working with older adults, helping them navigate not just illness, but life itself. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. People don't ignore symptoms because they're careless. They ignore them because they're afraid. Let me tell you about Alfred. Alfred is a 74-year-old retired railway technician. Proud, independent, still sharp as a tack when it comes to fixing an old pocket watch or telling a joke so dry it could make your mouth pucker. He came to see me one afternoon, not because he couldn't see, but because he wasn't quite sure anymore. He laughed it off, said maybe he needed stronger reading glasses. His wife, Margot, had been nagging him. Can't even read the menu without squinting, she'd said. But when I asked him to look at a simple grid of lines, he froze. The lines in the center were warped, like a spoon dipped in water, bending where they shouldn't. And when I showed him a photo of his family, he couldn't see his daughter's smile. Just a blurry hole where her face should be. He went quiet. The kind of quiet you don't forget. He looked up at me and whispered, "Is it too late?" That question still echoes in my mind. Because with macular degeneration, once it takes hold, it doesn't give back. But here's the thing. There is something we can do if we act early enough. If we listen to the signs. If we stop brushing it off as just getting old. You don't have to fade away. Your vision doesn't have to slip through your fingers. And you are not alone. Stay with me. Let's talk about what this condition really is, how it works, how to spot it, and how to fight back. Understanding age-related macular degeneration, and how to protect your sight. Let's get one thing clear. Aging doesn't have to mean going blind. Vision loss is not a normal part of aging. It's a warning, not a verdict. And in many cases, it's a call to action. So what exactly is macular degeneration? Imagine the eye as a camera. At the very back of your eye is the retina, like the film in a camera. Right in the center of the retina lies a tiny area called the macula. That little spot, just about the size of a pencil tip, is responsible for sharp central vision. It helps you read, drive, see faces, even thread a needle. When the macula begins to break down, it's called age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. There are 2 types of AMD. Keycap 1 dry AMD, the most common form, about 80 to 90% of cases. This happens slowly over time. The macula thins out and tiny clumps of protein called drusen start to build up. Early on, you may just need a bit more light to read. But over time, central vision fades. This is what Alfred had. Keycap 2 wet AMD, less common, but more severe. This type is faster and more dangerous. Abnormal blood vessels grow under the retina. These vessels leak fluid or blood, and that destroys the macula. Vision can change rapidly, even in days. Think of it like a dam breaking inside the eye. Now here's the real danger. You might not notice anything at first. That's why AMD is called a silent thief. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't make your eyes red. It just quietly erases the details of your world. Magnifying glass tilted left early warning signs. Please don't ignore these. A blur or gray area in the center of your vision. Straight lines appear wavy, like tiles on the floor bending slightly. Trouble recognizing faces. Needing brighter light to read. Words disappearing when you look at them directly. Colors that look less vibrant. If you've had any of these, please, don't assume it's just age. It's not. Lightbulb, here's what you can do, starting today. Get an annual eye exam, even if your vision seems fine. Ask specifically to be screened for AMD. Use an Amsler grid at home. It's a simple chart with lines. If the lines start to look distorted, it's a red flag. Stop smoking. Smokers are up to 4 times more likely to develop AMD. Yes, 4 times. That's not a scare tactic. It's real data. Eat for your eyes. Leafy greens like spinach and kale. Omega-3s from fish. Zinc and antioxidants like lutein all help protect your retina. Protect your eyes from UV light. Wear sunglasses with UV protection whenever you're outdoors. Dine a real case study, Dame Judi Dench. Yes, the legendary British actress. She revealed she has macular degeneration and can no longer read scripts on her own. "I can't see anymore," she said in an interview. But she's not giving up. She's learning lines through audio, leaning on friends, and adapting with courage. And if she can face it with grace, so can we. Speech balloon emotional wisdom. If you ignore your body's whispers, one day it will scream. Aging is not a defeat. It's your body asking for more attention, more love, and more care. This isn't about fear. It's about taking back control. You have power. Right now. Today. What you see today is still worth protecting. It's not too late. Let me ask you something. What's the last thing you saw that made you smile? Was it your grandchild's face pressed against the window? The soft flicker of candlelight at the dinner table? A dog chasing its tail in the park, reminding you that joy can still be simple? Now imagine, what if that image had been blurry? Faded? Gone? This isn't meant to scare you. It's to remind you of something powerful. You still have something to protect. And your life is still filled with things worth seeing. Macular degeneration isn't the end. It's a wake-up call. A chance, maybe the last one, to take your health into your own hands. Let me tell you what happened to Alfred. Remember him? The proud railway man who couldn't see his daughter's smile? Well, he didn't wait. He followed up with a retinal specialist. Started taking the right supplements. Quit smoking cold turkey after 45 years. And most importantly, he started painting. Painting. Big, bold strokes. Not because he was any good at it, but because, as he put it, if I'm losing the details, I want to remember the colors. That's what this is all about. Not just saving sight, but saving what matters most to you. Compass, this is not about perfection, it's about action. You don't have to eat perfectly. Just add a little spinach next time. You don't need to be fearless. Just ask your doctor the right questions. You don't have to do this alone. Ask for help. Share your worries. You're not weak because your body is changing. You're strong because you're still trying. Speech balloon, here's what I'd love you to do. Schedule your next eye exam. Even if it's been years. Just start there. Talk to your family. Let them know what to look out for. Help them see what you might be missing. Leave a comment below if any of this resonated. Tell us what you want to keep seeing clearly. Tell us what scares you. Or just say, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm learning. We read every message. Because we're walking this path with you. You are still a person of value. Still worthy of a good life. Still capable of protecting your own future. That's not wishful thinking. That's reality. And it starts now.